answer on that one.
Yes, but Honorable Scholar, with respect, I thought I'd answered the question and you cut me off. I was saying, in fact, that I think today, having considered all the information that I now have, and having listened to testimony before this inquiry process and the Madlanga Commission, I think that there are serious questions to be asked about the way the decision was reached. And my own view is definitely, as I've said in my statement, that the problem of political killings is an ongoing one. So, I think not only the process, but I question the decision itself.
Do you think it's necessary to follow, if I may say, the issue which was raised by Professor Mary Haas in relation to the allegation of abuse of power? Do you believe that there was any abuse of power?
I have said in my statement that there were certain good practices of the PKTT that we can learn from. Basically, that they brought the prosecutors and investigators together in the same team. I think that's the right approach, a prosecution-led approach. There are allegations that have been made in the public domain by Mary Haas and a few others, I understand. Those are not allegations that have been made formally, brought to my attention formally. So I have no basis for assessing and evaluating them. But of course, if there have been such abuses, if there have been, those matters are properly within any inquiry process, and it would be concerning if they were true.
Sitting here, me and you and other honorable members and South Africans, you know, we know that the Madlanga Commission's findings might be ignored, like the other one, Marikana and Zondo. And for us as parliamentarians, as you know, that after all this exercise, this matter will go to Parliament. But the Madlanga Commission report will go to the President. And the President will decide what to do with that report. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's not an answer to your question, because you have said that the Zondo Commission report, the recommendations were not recommended. I don't accept that that is an accurate statement.
Okay.
Okay. No, but I mean.
No, I understand that. You said I'm not accurate because, Chair, through you, Chair, I've seen the way the professor respond on these matters. And my time is going to be, you know, I won't have enough time. So I'm saying I understand what you say. I don't want to go to that debate, because I can go to that debate to say we are still having people who were fingered by Zondo, a commission. You still have a minister who was acting here. Minister 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐿𝐻𝐿. They are still here. So for me, let's leave that for now. Let me come to this. I understand that you don't believe in that. It's okay. I understand that. Otherwise, you're going to put me into a class.
Listen,
please.
I mean, I understand that that I take a long time to provide answers. It's been a problem all my life. But I am trying to be candid and to answer your questions fully. Now, with your direction, Honourable Chair, I think that the Honourable Member makes statements in the form of questions, and then it doesn't allow me to respond. These are political statements on which I also have views. So if he puts a question to me in the form of a statement, I should be allowed an opportunity to respond. We may not agree on the evaluation of how the Zondo Commission has been responded to, but what I would want, I'm asking the Chair for direction. This is an inquiry process. Are questions being put to me to establish what my views are, or is this an opportunity for members to make political statements inquiry process. Because for that purpose, I don't have to be here.
Chair, I want to appeal to you. I'm satisfied with his answer. Going further and further, it won't help. It won't change anything. So what I'm saying, I accepted your answer. Hence, I want to go and forward again to ask you other questions because there's limited time. Now, Chair, through you, I want to find out about this 𝐿𝐴𝐶, that from where I'm sitting, it's like a private school. We've got the PPSA here. We have the PPSA here, which we have confidence, not long ago, though you've withdrawn. Now you want to have another institution, a Chapter 9 institution, where you used to share that. Am I right? I'm not sure whether we are still sharing it now.
𝐼𝐻𝐾 doesn't exist any longer.
Yes,
Its
but
mandate was terminated
Okay.
after the 3-year period, which means that I'm no longer, 𝐼𝐻𝐾 doesn't exist and I'm no longer the chair of
Thank you. Let me ask you, Prof, Acting Minister. I want to find out from you, in terms of foundations, who funds the Mandela Institution that you serve on, if you are still serving on that foundation?
Mandela Institute is an institute in the law school at Wits University, and it was a part of the university, so I taught in the law school.
Yes.
I taught constitutional law, administrative law, jurisprudence, and then I was appointed to be the director of an institution that was named after Nelson Mandela because he believed that such an institution should be established inter alia to train young black lawyers in the fields of competition law, telecommunication law, and so forth. So it was an honor for me to serve as a
Chair, please protect me. I ask who funded. I know what Mandela Institute is. I just wanted to find out who is the funder, besides that.
But you are asking me a question about who's funding an institution which is part of the university on the assumption, apparently, that this is some institution that is not part of the university. Otherwise, the question wouldn't have been put.
Yeah, but you still not answering me. Is it funded by VET?
It's part of the university, and some of its funds came from courses like the one I mentioned that was being provided through the institute. So we developed courses like in competition law. We had students who were fee-paying students who registered with the Mandela Institute but were taught by professors in the law school, including myself.
Thank you. Were you a member of the National Indian Congress, Prof?
The National Indian Congress?
Yes, the National Indian Congress.
When did that exist?
No, I'm asking. If you say it doesn't exist, it's fine. I'm just asking you, were you a member of the Indian?
Okay. There was a National Indian Congress in India.
Did you serve with Pravin in that Congress?
I understand what you're asking me, but get your...
No, don't please. No, wait. Don't assume, Prof. I know you are a professor of law, but please, don't assume what I want to ask you. Please.
Now, you have asked me a question on a false premise, okay? So let me explain. Pravin Gordhan was a member of the Natal Indian Congress.
Yes.
Right. I was a member of the Transvaal Indian Congress.
Right?
Yes.
Which I know is.
Yes. Those were provincially based structures.
True.
And they were part of the United Democratic Front aligned with the African National Congress.
I'm aware of that.
That's my politics.
I'm aware of that.
Yes.
Now.
And
now.
Yes, I knew Pravin in that capacity.
Yeah, because I heard you were praising him not long ago. And if I may say, we are in this country in this mess because of him. And I'm not going to mince my weight on that. this country is on this state because of Pravin Gordhan. And I know I'm touching the nerves of other people, because you were talking about him, nobody raised a hand. Now somebody's raising a hand because I'm touching Pravin Gordhan. I know that he is no more. May his soul rest in peace. And I just want to tell you now, even if you praise him, this country is in a mess because of him. And my last 5 minutes, I'll donate it to Honorable 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭. Please, Chair, thank you.
Okay, before Honorable 𝐾𝐨𝐴𝐵𝐿 speaks, there are two hands here. There is Honorable 𝐶𝐭 and Honorable 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻.
Thank you, Chair. But firstly, maybe on a point of procedure, I think a point of order requires that it is attended to immediately. Chairperson, this committee, the Ad Hoc Committee, has got a set of terms of reference. And while we understand that it is an inquiry, and nobody has been told to rigidly stay within the terms of reference because we're probing, I do think that we take exception with the fact that members are asking questions that are extremely personal in nature, had nothing to do with the issues of this commission and at this committee. And I think that, Chair, we need you to step in when such issues come up. Comrade, because he's not a member and he's no longer here. Comrade Pravin was not a minister of police. The minister is being badgered on issues. He had nothing to do with political instability at SAPS, all of the issues that are within our terms of reference. And I think it's very unfortunate that members keep going back to those issues and trying to cast aspersions on people who aren't even here to respond for themselves. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable 𝐶𝐭. Honorable 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻.
Mine is a follow-up, Chair. The question that Honorable 𝐾𝐨𝐻𝐻 asked about the funding of the institute, so we do understand that, or I do understand at least, and I'm sure Honorable 𝐾𝐶𝐻𝐻 does, that it's funded largely by WITS, but WITS also accesses other private funding. So I think the question was more around that,
Chairperson,
not
point of
necessarily
order. You
on
didn't
that.
rule on my point of order, and it's happening again.
No, but it's,
This commission is established to investigate allegations made by
No,
General Mkhwanazi.
Honorable,
Yeah, no.
His matters, the minister was not
It's in
even
his
there
statement.
when General Mkhwanazi made this.
this is
The
in
fact that he
statement.
speaks about his history has got nothing to do with the
but it
terms
does.
of reference.
It speaks to
No,
no, it is. So
Chairperson.
why is it asked in the statement to give a statement?
It's called
about
background,
yeah, so
about
we're
the
also
witness.
trying to
No.
understand what the background is.
Honorable members.
No, it's there. So we're allowed to get clarity on background questions.
No. Honorable members, both of you are black women in this country who deserve to be praised, like many other women who came before this committee. And you need to be shining beacons of inspiration to many other black women coming from disadvantaged background, defying adversity and rising to this level. May you please speak, Honorable.
Continue.
I will come
Thank
back to that point of order, Honorable
Awesome.
𝐶𝐭.
Oh, we get a hug after, it's fine. We are teaching the women of the country, Chair, that we can disagree passionately and we can be fine after. We don't always have to agree on everything. But thank you, Chair, for the lecture on women's rights and movements. So if you could speak to that, but also, do you serve or have you served on any other NGOs? And also just speak to where they get funding from. And the other follow-up question, yeah, that's it. I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Should I proceed? Shall I proceed?
Yeah, no, before you respond, I should make a statement here. Because there are matters that have been raised by honorable members here. And I want to remind you, honorable members, that when we passed the terms of reference, the former member of this parliament, Honorable Gordhan, was long buried, and may his soul rest in peace, and may it continue to rest in peace. You know, we can commit many types of crimes, but I have never heard about a crime called the violation of the dead. I don't know what kind of a crime is that one, and how do you find yourself answerable to that kind of a crime. And I'm going to plead with honorable members that we do not commit such crimes. People who are resting eternally, let's allow them to rest. If the honorable minister comes here and we ask him about a person who is no more, what is our expectation from him? How does he respond to a question like that one? Or if a person who is late has been a member of the Natal Indian Congress. It's many years ago. So may we please confine ourselves to the terms of reference that we have passed, and the order that has been called here is sustained. Honorable Nomvalo, Honorable Skhosana.
Yeah, no, thank you, Chair, for affording me an opportunity. Chair, I would like us to politely convince each other as members of this committee on what I want to raise, Chair. Number one, our style of questioning can never be similar, because what you think is not what you, what I think is not what you think. I've got my own style of asking questions, and when we ask questions, some of us, we're not just throwing them. We ask questions so that we can get certain answers to note down, so that when we embark on deliberations, we are going to rely on what we have noted down. Now, I just want to make a typical example, Chairperson, on the question that was asked by Honorable Skhosana. In my view, it is not of context. It is in line, and it is within the terms of reference. In terms of the terms of reference, there is a paragraph that says political interference within SAPS, executive oversight versus operational interference, etc., etc. And it does not prescribe any time to say you must deal on political interference of this administration. So when
built, this country doesn't have inexhaustible resources, either financial or in terms of time. We want that body to be set up as in the shortest possible period of time. So the mandate of that organization, for instance, grows directly out of what we've learned about Tembisa Hospital. Tembisa Hospital has a problem of endemic systemic corruption, and I'm quite sure that it's not the only hospital. And now we're learning that it's also a problem of organized crime, that there are cartels corrupting our systems of procurement. In the health sector, with such indefensible human impacts. So the body that we are recommending will be able proactively to go into institutions with the relevant capabilities, investigate procurement systems, make binding recommendations, and where there's evidence of criminal malfeasance, to prepare the docket and to refer the docket to IDEC and the NPA.
You just to pause there, because I've also got the benefit, or rather privilege, working with and in SIU matters that have gone to court. They're very effective and very successful. But the problem is you don't see the people getting into those orange overalls, as they say, and into jail because the standard of proof is different. So you go in, you conduct an investigation, and on balance, on a balance of probabilities, you see now there's clearly been malfeasance, misconduct, and so on, and corruption and theft. But it's and then you like the SOU does, they freeze the assets, take the money back, it goes into state coffers. But the people involved, like Tembisa Hospital, or like this Netcare, Tshwane, a medical aid thing that was cancelled, the people involved do not get convicted and sentenced to jail.
So one part of our recommendations concerned prevention of what we call systemic corruption. You have to be able to dismantle corruption before it becomes endemic in the systems. But you're quite right. You have to be able, you have to investigate and prosecute individual cases of corruption under PRECA. And that is where we, as a country, we have made some progress in terms of institution building. I think, for instance, the establishment of IDEC as a more independent body. But the capabilities that are required have to be built, rebuilt, because they were also hollowed out. And that's going to take time. Member Breitenbach and I were chatting a little bit about the challenges that the current NDPP has faced in her tenure. Almost an impossible challenge that she had. So on the one side you need prevention, on the other side you need what we are now calling in the country consequence management. You're never going to...
And when the issue of Pravin, when he was praising Pravin here, there was no one who raised a point of order. And it was not a question. I was just asking whether he knows. The last was it was a comment when I was saying that then Minister Pravin Gordhan is a cause of all these things, which we find ourselves in here. Now I'm saying that not in bad faith, but now for members to try to defend the minister he has answered for himself. Now all these shenanigans now, you know that because he's a member of the ANC, we are not here as that. You don't have to defend because of you want to close ranks, like the Indian Kakabal. Because IDEC is coming here. There's an Indian cabal. It's there. We're going to talk about that. IDEC is coming here. Advocate Johnson is coming to tomorrow here. We want to know the truth. Hence we are here. And this report is going to go to Parliament. It's not like Madlanga. I'm saying it again. It's not like the Madlanga report, which is going to go to the president. We have Marikana a report. It ended, it evaporated into a thin air. I don't want to talk about Zondo, as I said to you, Minister. You know that you've got your own view. I've got my own view as well. As I said to you, that people who were identified in that report, they point fingers in them. They are still serving in the cabinet. Why are we beating about the bush? They are there. We are serving with them. We are sitting with them, Minister, in the same cabinet. So let's not try to be angels. When we want to get the truth, other witnesses were here, like you, Minister. You know, we want you to respect us as well. Much as we respect you, it must be sacrosanct. Thank you.
Can I check if we still have any other honorable member who wants to speak? anything that you may want to say, even if it's unrelated to the proceedings, you can raise your hand and speak.
Chair, I don't think that rant was deserving of a response, so I
That
don't
is
have
why
anything to add.
I want to check. That is why I want to check if there is any member who wants to raise a hand and speak.
Chair, please reprimand your members. Your member of the, I'll point him like that. How can he say it was a rant? It's undermining me.
I will
No,
keep,
Chair, please.
I will keep on reminding you, Honorable Skhosana, that you know when you are fouled and you retaliate, you act in common purpose and you forfeit your right to protection. That's what happens. I issue the red card on you. That's what happens. Honorable members, I want you to focus on the task at hand. And I should say it once again that we have adopted the terms of reference. And let me tell you, I may not have, if you look at how calm I am, my energy is calm the way I'm conducting myself from this chair. I will not have that stamina to run around. And that is why in most cases, you know, when I see you behaving the way you do, I just withdraw and look at you. I can't raise my voice and I can't restrain you. I may not have the strength that you have. So I will look at you maybe after 1,000 words, or if you still have the strength up to 1 million words, I'll be looking at you. Because my understanding is that sitting like this as honorable members, the first thing that must come to our consciousness is to respect each other. And we can't sit here and teach one another how to respect the person next to you. I'm not chairing a meeting in the Kruger National Park. I'm not chairing lions and hyenas here. I'm presiding over a meeting of human beings with mental faculties. So let's apply our mental faculties to the task that is at hand here. But you know, if we're going to start a house in a frenetic way, very frenetic and frolicsome, it's not going to help us. Please, let us move out of the Kruger National Park and come to Parliament. Honorable Skhosana.
Yeah, can you please, Chair, in your wisdom, ask Honorable Sangweni to withdraw that, please?
I have said that allow the chair to restrain the member. If you want to do it yourself, you are retaliating and I will give you a red card. Honorable Sangweni, was it fair for you to use the word rant?
Chair, I don't think rant is an unparliamentary word.
I agree with you. Was it fair for you to use it?
Chair, with all due respect, I'm sure if I went and Googled the word rant, it would be that screaming that Honorable Skhosana did. However, if Honorable Skhosana is offended, then I do withdraw it, but it was not unparliamentary.
What I'm looking at is not the technicality of explanations. I'm looking at the wisdom behind the explanation.
Yes, Chair.
That is the nobility of thought. I thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Can we...
Chair, I still not, I'm not getting it. I have asked that she withdraw that, please.
Yeah, she agrees that it was not fair to use the word.
No, I'm saying withdraw, Chair. No, not fair, withdraw the word.
Honorable
Because, and saying I'm screaming, I'm loud by nature anyway, maybe you'll
Honorable
get used to me.
𝐿𝐿, help us summon all the wisdom and help us to move forward.
Chairperson, with the guidance that you have given and my self-reflection, I withdraw nobly,
Thank you so much.
having said that he is ranting.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I thank you so much for the badge of wisdom. Honorable 𝐿𝐿, the 5 minutes allocated to you starts now.
I calculated 7, Chair, but it's fine. Honorable Skhosana, started at 16:50.
Yeah, let's
finished at
allow
7:02.
allow Honorable 𝐿𝐿 to exhaust his 5 minutes.
Matthias, do you have more words?
welcome. What we wear here is a badge of wisdom.
Chair, it's not a new one. I already asked the question and it wasn't responded to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, I don't have any new follow-up
Okay.
questions.
Let's allow the question to be responded to. Honorable Matthias has an unanswered question.
It was about the NGOs, yeah.
Any others?
So I served on Slanganisa for 2 years, I think. That was an NGO dealing with what do you call it?
Oh, it's fine, Acting Minister. You don't have to give us the details, just the names.
Yeah, Slanganisa. They were dealing with. Anyway, okay, and then I served on the board of Corruption Watch. I think for about 2 years. I've served on the Kathrada Foundation, I think for about 2 or 3 years. I'm the chairperson of the Kgalema Motlanthe Foundation. That's about it, I think.
𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 Foundation?
No.
Okay.
Can I get a signal, Honorable Matthias, are you okay? Honorable 𝐿𝐿,
Chair,
5:30, your time is up.
Chair, before you start my time, I think I know ukuthi Honorable Sokhanyisa udlisa team maka defendanga, but she wanted to do a follow-up question. Her hand was up and you did note her, Chair. I know udlisa team, but akunandaba, Chair. Xolele.
No, Honorable Sokhanyile is contented where she is.
I had a follow-up when Honorable 𝐼𝐶𝐭 was asking a question to them. Can I do that follow-up?
Yes, you are right.
Thank you. I'm disciplined. Minister, when you reflected on how IDEC conducted the issue of Lieutenant General Khumalo, you said that the way they handled it, whatever. Then I want to check, because you even had interaction during your National Anti-Corruption Advisory Council research, which you conducted. Do you think that they behave as if they are a law to themselves, doing as they like? maybe I can go further to say that when Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi was here, he alleged that they do things as if they are law to themselves. And also Minister 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢 agreed to that argument. Then I wanted to check with you.
Thank you, Chairperson, with your permission for the question. I think that is a matter that I can't possibly have a reasonable basis of a reliable factual basis to come to a conclusion on. I have not, I don't know what the nature of the charges are. I don't know what the evidentiary basis of the charges are. And possibly at this point, perhaps the committee doesn't know either. Of course, you've had testimony from others. I assume that this is a matter that you will engage with IDEC when they appear before the committee. But I have said that the arrest of General Khumalo does raise a question which needs to be put to them for clarification, which is, on the face of it, was this a criminal charge that arose from the appointment of a particular person into a particular position. They will have to explain why they came to the conclusion that it was correct for them to charge the general and to arrest him in public for the offence. They need to clarify the matter. I haven't had a briefing from them. I do not even know for sure exactly what the charges are, what the basis of their investigation has been. It is very concerning, but they have to understand that the matter is now of concern to the committee. There will be public concern about this matter, and they should provide an answer. But I don't think I'm in a position to form an opinion that I'm willing to share with the committee at this point on whether what we've seen from IDEC is abuse of power or not. The question arises, but I don't know if I'm in a position to provide an answer at this point.
Sir, the issue of Lieutenant General Khumalo is just an example on their conduct. Don't you see them behaving as if they are law to themselves?
Are there other examples that you have in mind that you want to just bring to my attention so that I can comment? I'm not aware that IDEC has on some routine basis been abusing their powers of investigation and arrest. But if there's a factual basis for that very serious conclusion and allegation, then it should be properly established through this inquiry process. Otherwise, yeah, I certainly do not have that impression.
Thank you so much. Honorable 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿𝐿.
Thank you. Acting Minister, with what you have observed thus far, do you think the suspended minister should be returned to the position you're acting on?
Thank you for the question. I don't think that it would be correct for me to express a view on that matter. It would be the President's decision, but nothing would give me greater pleasure if in a proper process inquiry, the allegations that have been made against Minister 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 were resolved, and if he was exonerated, properly exonerated, because and then the question would certainly arise about whether he should be appointed to this position. I fully understand that the President has made an appointment and the President decides on the duration of the appointment in the light of all the considerations that a President takes into account when he or she makes these decisions. So I'm not a minister for life. I'm a minister for as long as the President believes that I should be. And if he changes his mind, I will have no issues.
You are a South African citizen. So let me ask you, as a citizen, the same question. Who would you recommend, with the knowledge you have and how he has tried to disband the PKTT? Who do you think?
I think the honourable member should appreciate my difficulty in responding to a question like that. Because in a sense, you can say I'm an interested party, number one.
Let me stop there.
Okay.
It's fine, I understand. Let me leave you. This question again would also require an answer, and it's again in your conscience as well. What do you make of the fact that the President overlooked 2 deputies, one being a female with 31 qualifications, and went to look for you outside the cabinet?
I hope you have a long life in politics and that one day you will achieve your ministerial ambitions, because I haven't yet met a politician who doesn't have such aspirations. Now, I am reasonably sure that when you are appointed, you are not going to ask yourself the question why others were overlooked. So I didn't ask myself that question, but on a serious note, you know, I have said Deputy Minister Matale is a very seasoned ANC leader, as you know, former Premier. He has been in this department for 7 years. Dr. Bashelo is also has a long history. She was a former MEC. She's now an NEC member. They were not appointed into this position. It might well be that the President wanted to appoint someone who's not currently directly involved in the project of in professional politics. I'm not. So perhaps he thought that for this period of time, I don't, you know, I shouldn't be invited to speculate about what was in his head, but maybe he thought that that's what is needed. A politician who's not a politician.
Thank you for that answer. Would you recommend that since General 𝐬𝐿's term in the office is ending very soon, I think next year, March, if I'm not wrong, would you recommend that he's returning to the same position, or maybe somewhere in the subs?
I've been thinking a lot about how to use his talents. I think he's clearly formidable, and I hope he stays in the South African Police Service for many years to come. And he should be in positions where he can make a maximum contribution equal to his talents.
Would you recommend the same for General 𝐟𝐸𝐫𝐿?
I don't know much about General 𝐟𝐸𝐫𝐿. The evidence against him so far, particularly in the Madlanga Commission, is very concerning. That evidence at this stage is untested. And I have said consistently here that I'm not going to prejudge these matters. I think that would be wrong. In fact, I hope that the public out there also reserve judgment. I noticed that General Sabia has asked for the opportunity to cross-examine. And in general, I think that the Madlanga Commission, you know, what's happened before the Madlanga Commission so far is that evidence has been laid. Those witnesses were not cross-examined, I suppose on the basis that the other side, if you like, will be given an opportunity to testify. But the procedure has been a little bit odd from that point of view. So, yes, there is sufficient and compelling evidence already on the public record which raises serious questions about many of the protagonists. But I think it would be wrong to come to conclusions, you know, until the process has been concluded and proper findings have been made.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Topper.
Honorable Chair, Diane will be